So I haven't seen any of this actually. I've avoided it the whole time, and we're gonna look at roadmap roundup. So we have not had a roadmap roundup for some time, and this one is bringing in 319. I did hear that it was 319 stuff. So I guess I'll zoom out a little bit for you guys, so I'm not in the way of it too much. The upcoming release of Alpha 3.18 brings important advancements to the technology behind Star Citizen. The highlight of the update is persistent entity streaming, obviously, which represents a monumental effort from our engineering teams. We're eager to share this update with more players soon and are thrilled about the improvements it will bring. To ensure server and client stability in Alpha 3.18, both before and after launch, our team has decided to extend the 3.18 branch for an extra patch cycle. This will allow us to address any issues that may arise. As a result, the next update following the release of Alpha 3.18 will come before Invictus launch week and will feature a variety of new exciting content you can read about below. Although this update will be designated Alpha 3.19, I knew they would do it. You're scum, Star Citizen. Open development doesn't exist. Because if it was open development, you would tell us the actual branch, and the branch is a 3.18 branch. We called it. I knew you would do it. You're rebranding it. You're saying it's an actual release when it's just a branch of 3.18. All right? We're getting a whole year, the same year we got last year. I'm telling you. Same year as we got last year. That's what it's going to be. Saito, thank you so much for 5 gifted. Thank you very much for gifting 5 subs. I appreciate that very much. This is funny because it will be built off the 3.18 codebase. That is exactly what happened last year with 3.17. Is this a surprise? No. The only thing that bothers me is that they're calling it 3.19. It's not that big of a deal. It's just surprise, surprise. Optics are everything to these guys. The actual things that they say don't mean anything, right? So the idea of open development, if they were truly open development and opening the book of how things work, which they are saying it here, they would still call it 3.18. But I'm not going to pick on them for that. It's just funny, right? Just laughing at it. Our production teams are currently evaluating the feasibility of integrating originally planned 3.19 content into the Alpha 3.18 branch. The teams were adding the release view today are subject to change and additions. Nonetheless, we wanted to share our tentative goals as of now with potential and more updates, changes, additions coming in the roadmap updates ahead. So no surprise here to me. This has happened in previous patches where they were like, yo, bad things happened, so we're going to extend this branch out and we're going to figure out what we can get in without causing too many problems. So they feel the Lorville cityscape will make it in, right? That looked largely done from what we had seen, and I don't think would have too many issues. New player experience. This is interesting. I was getting a little bummed out by the new player experience not showing up in the monthly report very much, and most of the people in the... Oh, it's not the branding, maybe in-game branding, I think it's called, that were supposed to do a lot of the new player experience, like signs and things, were on marketing tasks. So I guess this work is done. The initiative for improving the initial first 30 minutes gameplay experience, which will help players understand the context of the world and introduce them to some of Star Citizen's basic features. This update focuses on the experience in Area 18 and by Ginny Point. Those bagels, thank you as well. So not just branding. I'm very, very interested in what they do with that. I'm sure we'll see an update from Jared on this one. New missions, salvage contracts are making it in. Looks like not mining ones, but salvage ones. With more civilian access to salvage ships, contract brokers are offering salvage jobs for derelicts around Lagrange points around Stanton. These brokers charge a fee for their services, so this will require some buy-in. But the contractors are free to keep any salvage materials for resale. New missions, Ghost Hollow PvP mission. Okay. Added a new mission type to Ghost Hollow point of interest in the Stanton system, making use of the comm array as well as AI nav mesh. This mission type will create PvP encounters where players will need to fight for control over terminals for a chance at a big credit payout. Terminals. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. My guess is that minables are not as tied to PES as salvage is, where it's probably easier to do a salvage mission right now than a mining mission to respond to. Why not mining missions, right? Is Ghost Hollow the crashed reclaimer on the ground? Or is Ghost Hollow the one that is up in the air above? Okay. Making use of Comare. That's interesting. It sounds like SPK, but at Ghost Hollow, right? It's hard, dude. I love the idea of more stuff bringing us together, but I like the idea of like you got to reuse content to make more content, right? But I also am like, is it just going to be the same terminal? You know? So this one's interesting. And then progress tracker, due to some format changes of the data for the progress tracker or update for both upstream and downstream streams in 2023 needs a bit more time to get sorted. You can expect these updates to come in subsequent publishes. Okay, so that was that. But yeah, like just going back to the Ghost Hollow, it was like, how unique will it be? Does it have to be unique? I don't think so, but part of me still would love if it was, I guess. Little disappointed about no mining contracts. Very interested in seeing the first 30 minutes of a new player experience. Ghost Hollow seems cool, and I'm definitely kind of pumped for Lorville Cityscape. One major thing missing from Lorville Cityscape that was an expected miss based on what we've heard so far is building interiors, right? I would have hoped that might have been a 319 thing. It definitely seems a bit farther off. They did communicate that in their ISC, and it's no surprise to not see it here, but a little bit of a disappointment. And that's kind of it is what it is for me. I don't know where you guys are at with this, but I didn't hear the details about this roadmap update, but I heard a lot of disappointment from it, maybe because it's not that many things. But I think I'm assuming it's Jake who does this, but maybe not anymore. If it was Jake, just to call out whoever did this update, they very clearly stated that these are the cards that they're comfortable telling you they think are not going to be a huge problem to integrate from 319 branch into 318 branch. Because you got to remember, this is 318.1. But they're taking 319 features and pulling them into it, and that could break everything. So that PTU is going to be interesting, I think. And so to set the tone for everybody, every single thing that we see on this release view and on these cards are likely to come off, and everything that we see in the PTU is likely to come off for those as well. So we have to be pretty chill with this because of what they're doing here. Now, there's going to be knock-on effects. Is 319 not going to be that interesting? I don't know. And we don't know what the new player experience entails at all. The only details we gave about they gave it to us about new player experience is that there was going to be some in-game branding and signing stuff. Oh my god, I gotta mute those a little bit. They're double speak, but yeah, that is my roadmap roundup, I guess, react, and I'm not disappointed by what I see, but my expectations are set, and they are that everything is in motion and nothing is set. So those are my expectations right now, and that's where we're at. So